It's the wood in the driver's seat, breaking it down with passion and heat. Breeze up brings the vibes, the style so fly. Watch out, he'll catch you with a hot take high. Mullins in the mix, that's Steven's game. Always spitting truth, never playing the same. And Steps got the facts, got the belt, got the flow. That's Steven on the mic, ready to blow. Kayfabe or Nayfabe, you decide the score. Hot takes, debates, we're giving you more. Kayfabe or Nayfabe, the stories unfold. Darwood, Riser, Mullen Steps, we're bold. Kayfabe or Nayfabe, you decide the score. Hot takes, debates, we're giving you more. Kayfabe or Nayfabe, the stories unfold. Darwood, Riser, Mullen Steps, we're bold.
Welcome back to Kayfabe and Nayfabe. Tonight we're breaking down WWE Saturday night's main event, and let's say on the panel we have some mixed thoughts. I'm Darwood, and with me as always are the squad. We have Steven, also known as Steppings.
Hello.
We have Steven, the other Steven known as Mullen, and Rizzo.
Oh, I'm here.
And yeah.
Hi.
Anyway, let's get right into it. So I'll quickly just break down the event, just quick recap of the event. So Seth Rollins and Bron Breakker with Paul Heyman in their corner took down CM Punk and Sami Zayn. A returning Bronson Reed made his presence felt, blowing through Punk like a wrecking ball through the barricade and aligning with Rollins in a surprising twist given their history. Zelina Vega successfully defended her Women's United States Championship against Chelsea Green despite interference attempts from Piper Niven and Alba Fire. The crowd was firmly behind her and she delivered a clean code red off the top rope. John Cena continued his heel run, defeating R-Truth with a low blow and after an AA in a match that was, I'd say part comedy, part lighthearted with, obviously R-Truth coming out as Run Cena, part nostalgia and all Cena. Damian Priest and Drew McIntyre tore it down inside the steel cage, with Priest escaping to get the win in a brutal match. And somewhere, Jesse the Body Ventura was still yelling about how that's not how you win a cage match, big man. The man clearly hasn't read a rulebook since 1987. Finally, Jey Uso retained his World Heavyweight Championship against Logan Paul, with Cena interfering on Logan's behalf, only for Rhodes to make the save and set up a tag match for Money in the Bank. Okay, let's get right into it. Kayfabe or Nayfabe, where we call it straight. Okay. So who wants to start off with their thoughts on the first match with Rollins and Breakker versus Punk and Sami Zayn? Anyone can go first.
Yeah, I thought it was
I'll
a
go
decent
first.
tag team match.
It's fine. Just okay. I Stephen Mullen.
I thought it was an okay match. Obviously back and forth here and there. I don't know. I wasn't really hyped for this match, to be honest. I thought it was just like a filler, in my opinion. There was nothing to it. Fair enough, they had been going back and forth for weeks now, and it's just I just found it quite boring. Bronson Reed returning made no sense. I just never got it because it was one of those things before he went away with his injury, he was pretty much non-stop back and forth with Seth Rollins. And now all of a sudden he's back and he's aligned with him. It just never made sense to me. So yeah, I mean, it's an okay match. I wouldn't lose my mind over it kind of thing.
That's a fair point. I mean, just for me in that match, like, a standout for me just watching wrestling these days is Bron Breakker, just how intense he is. Like, I think it was in the first couple of minutes of the match where he jumped on the apron and like he went through he jumped on the table and did like clothesline to Sami. That was a pretty cool. But it's just cool seeing his moveset and everything. About the return of Bronson Reed. Yeah, I do kind of get what you're saying, but I think Steps mentioned it to me, like the fact that obviously back in that War Games match, obviously it was the Bloodline and Bronson versus that team, and also obviously that was against Punk. So obviously I think that's why he aligned. About the history together, I think there's, I don't know, like Rollins' character, maybe he's like that whole thing about the enemy of my enemy is my friend. So obviously since Bronson's against Punk. I don't know. I think he's just trying to, make allies where he can. I jump in with steps. What do you think about the match and like how it all played out?
I didn't get to see the whole match because I was mainly watching the commercial breaks. So basically, I think the match was quite okay. It was quite decent. Obviously, pretty standard for a tag match. I didn't expect Bronson Reed to come back. I honestly thought, I sort of expected Sami Zayn to turn heel. I'm glad it didn't happen. But yeah, I'm very happy to see Bronson Reed. But yeah, the history thing, I don't see why everyone's upset, to be honest with you, with Bronson Reed joining Rollins. I think it makes perfect sense, to be honest with you. It makes perfect sense because at the end of the day, it's going to come to a point where Bronson Reed is going to take out Seth Rollins. It's going to come to that point, just like Bron Breakker. So give it time. And yeah, I think I'm looking forward to what the future holds. I wasn't really feeling this Seth Rollins thing, but honestly, with Bronson Reed, yeah, I'm down.
And lastly, Reza.
So I thought it was an okay match. The highlight, obviously, with Bronson Reed returning. I was a bit skeptical at first with him, obviously aligning with Seth Rollins. Obviously with their past rivalry. It wasn't too long ago when, obviously, they had their rivalry. But I think I'm back in this now, especially with the Seth Rollins. The people that he's getting on his side. We've seen with obviously Paul Heyman, Bron Breakker, and now Bronson Reed. Only time will tell going forward. But right now, I mean, yeah, it's a good twist.
Yeah, I think so. But yeah, I guess we'll see where it goes. Obviously, with Raw coming up, and the next match we had Zelina Vega versus Chelsea Green. I'll start off with my thoughts. I think I can probably echo the thoughts in the room. Like, I don't think anyone was excited for this match per se, but it was fine for what it was. It was like, I mean, personally, I thought that Chelsea was going to win because like she's more popular. But I mean, I in a way, I'm kind of glad that they gave the win to Zelina because, yeah, I mean, like I think as a face champion, I think she's doing fine. And I thought that code red from the top was pretty cool. And I think at some point Chelsea, I don't know if her nose got busted or something, but I think it's always...
Zelina Vega did that.
Yeah, I think it was a 619, and then yeah, that's probably what happened. Yeah, what do you think? Do we think that the win from Zelina is like a push for her, or is it like a placeholder, or where do you think it's going?
So
I'll start off because, like I was trying to say, I literally have zero comments about this.
Fair enough. That's all good. Okay, Rizzo, you had something to say?
I mean, yeah. I mean, I didn't really pay too much into the match. I thought they would have given Chelsea the win. Surprisingly, they didn't. But it is what it is. It's kind of strange because obviously, if you think of it now, they've got a women's. Well, it's got announced that the women's Evolution PLE is about to happen, and women are now at this moment of time, it looks like they are getting injured. So it's a royal sign because we don't know how serious Chelsea's nose tends to be that it's broken. So only time will tell because it does look like she did take a really nasty 619. Well, she tried to do the 619, but she didn't execute it properly. But obviously with what's happened now with obviously some of the ladies being injured, especially with that big PLE around the corner, only time will tell. But I didn't really pay too much into the match. I thought it was just one of those matches to fill out. Yeah, I mean that's all I can say.
Fair enough. I think next we got Mullen, who's a big fan of women's matches. Mullen, what do you think?
You're my overall opinion. Didn't watch it.
Go on. Fair enough.
I skipped it.
That's fine. That's
And
fine. I mean,
it's
okay.
got nothing.
Yeah.
It's got nothing to do with it's a women's match because I do watch women's matches, but there's only certain superstars I will head and watch.
Yeah.
Obviously, Mammy, Rhea Ripley, definitely got to watch her.
Of course.
But it's just this one, Chelsea Green. I've never really been a fan of her. I've always found that she's just, I've never really liked her. It's just one of those things where I find them quite boring because if they haven't got that good chemistry in the ring, it's just sloppy as hell. Hence why I pretty much didn't watch Charlotte versus Tiffy at WrestleMania because that was crap. But forget that. Yeah, I don't really have any opinions on this match because I didn't get to watch it. But yeah, honestly, I skipped it.
Fair. I mean, I guess like a little side conversation we can have. Basically, what do you think about the overall women's division? Because I think NXT is like really solid, but in the main roster, like I don't know what's going on. Has like anyone got any thoughts as to like why it's not working?
Let's make that its own podcast topic.
Okay. Well, I mean, or if anything at the end,
I can put one thing together.
Go on.
Triple H.
Okay,
That's all.
Fair. Yeah. Yeah, but I
That's
guess
all I
kind of
gotta
going back to the point I had, like NXT is like I don't know. So I think me and Steps watch NXT. I don't know how regular you watch it, but yeah, like from what I've seen, like the storylines and everything that they set up, I think it might be the fact that like maybe on NXT they're willing to take more risks with storylines, but in like maybe they play it more safe in the main roster. I don't know. But yeah, if no one has any more thoughts about that, we'll get to the third match.
I did want to say one thing. About Zelina
yeah,
Vega. I will never ever be able to take her seriously as not even a champion, as a member of the female roster, because of one thing. I don't know if any of you guys have noticed this. Her theme song is the SmackDown theme song.
I was thinking, why does it sound so familiar?
Yeah, she hasn't even got her own theme song. Until that happens, I will not take her seriously, especially as a champion. That's my own.
But it was like, I mean, before that, like, did she have a theme song? I don't actually remember because I remember she always came up with.
She didn't because she was just with LWO.
Yeah, and I was thinking that.
There we go.
Anyway,
so yeah,
that is anyway. Didn't know that, but there you go. Anyway, moving on. The third match was Cena versus R-Truth. I'll start off here. Yeah, I mean, I think we all kind of knew what was going to be going in. I mean, I think it was cool to see the crowd pop when Truth came out as Ron Cena, and he had Cena's music and like the t-shirt and everything. Match was like short and sweet. Truth hit the 5 moves of doom, as they call it. He landed the AA and had the STF locked in, but obviously, Cena was, got the rope, and yeah, he, what was it? In heel fashion, obviously, he gave him the low blow. Obviously, before that, doing the fake with the title, make him think he was not going to hit him, and hit with the EA. And yeah, I guess kind of the spin. Well, I guess from the last episode about Cena's heel work and what we think about that. Like, how do you think it's going? I guess I'll start off with Mullen. So, how did you think it went? Cena's heel turn. What do you think is going? The match.
I mean, to be honest with you, I'm happy he's turned heel. But as Steven said previously, they've left it too late. I think there's going to be a different outcome to how this storyline's going to play out. Obviously the match itself, I knew it wasn't going to be nothing special. I don't know. I mean, I was kind of excited for it because obviously I like watching R-Truth because I think he's a great character. I think he's one of the best in that company right now. Obviously not in terms of wrestling because he doesn't really wrestle that much, but in terms of himself and his character and the way he acts, love it. So obviously I was excited for that, and I was wanting to see how he would go ahead with obviously fighting his childhood. What's that noise? I don't know, there's a noise coming from your mic. No. Yeah, so obviously he was fighting his childhood hero. I was expecting like some sort of like funny interaction between them two. But obviously that didn't happen, so I was kind of gutted. But yeah, I think at some point down the line with this storyline regarding the heel turn for John Cena, I reckon something's going to happen to him personally, and I think it'll probably be involved with The Rock. If not, I have another idea in mind of how they could end his kind of, his run of WWE before he retires. Obviously, that I'll explain in another episode because it's just going to take too long. But yeah, honestly, the match, it was all right. It was nothing special.
Okay. Riza, what did you think, mate?
So yeah, again, goes back to what Mullen just said now, Stephen Mullen. Nothing short but sweet. A lot of people I was reading before this event that everyone was backing R-Truth to win. And it kind of made sense because they've televised it as a non-title match. But I think to myself, because they've got this Cena run going on at the moment as a heel, I didn't see him losing this. Yes, it is perfect that he came out, obviously, as, Ron Cena. That was perfect. I thought that was quite funny. Again, it goes back to, it's not really R-Truth really wrestling. It's more of his comedy, like, sort of act as we know, especially nowadays, because obviously it's his longevity with the company. But yeah, it was a short match. It was okay. It wasn't that bad. Only time will tell going forward. We all got our thoughts again on this Cena thingy, but yeah, it was all right. This match was all right.
And lastly, but not leastly, Steppings.
So I think this match was everything it should have been. I think it was perfect. I'm glad it wasn't for the championship as well. I think that was fantastic. But yeah, I guess that's really it. I really kind of want to buy the Ron Cena shirt. But yeah, and yeah, that's really all I have to say. Really, I'm really enjoying this the Cena Hill run a little bit more since this. But obviously, yeah, I'll talk more about that at the when we talk about the main event. So yeah,
Sure. Cool. That makes sense. Yeah, and then so next up was the steel cage match with Priest versus Drew. Yeah, it was just two big guys beating the hell out of each other. I think one cool spot was Drew suplexing Priest off the top while standing on the ropes and then hitting a kip up. I think it's always I think for me, I like wrestlers who have like that intensity. I don't know, it's always like yeah, it's just a cool thing to see. And then yeah, obviously Priest escaped the cage using the door. And yeah, I guess going on to that, like I think we can all agree that Jesse Ventura's commentary, he just seemed lost. He was confused. He was like, why is he leaving at the door? But yeah, I don't know if he just forgot or maybe he's just too old school. I don't know what it was. But what do you guys think? Do you think this was a fitting end to their feud, or do you think actually going on from this, where do you think Priest can go?
so I'll go first with this one. So yeah, I think it was a perfect way to end the feud. I think both Drew and Priest needed this feud because obviously now they both look good. Now they could do future things. But yeah, so Jesse Ventura, I'm not really feeling it. To be honest, I know it's it's only 4 the Saturday night main event shows. So it is what it is. And I'm sure there are people that enjoy it. But he does talk over a lot of, like he talked over Lillian Garcia. He doesn't understand that you can walk out of the cage. So yeah, it is what it is. But yeah, where does ever go? Apparently Drew is going on extended leave. That's one thing. I guess he can come back after the summer. With Priest, I honestly have no idea. But yeah, no, that's it.
Cool. Let's take it over to Riza.
Yeah, it was short. It was a good match. In just a short word to say, yeah, so it was a good way to captivate off their feud. This feud was needed. It's going to take them to the next level. Where Damian goes from this, I don't know, but I reckon you never say never in WWE. Whatever WWE puts in front of him, I think it would work, especially after this feud. Yeah, I mean, it was a good match. It was a good cage match. I really enjoyed this. This rivalry they had, and what a way to end it! None other than a steel cage.
And lastly, we have Mullen. What did you think, mate?
I thought it was a decent match. I enjoyed it. It was good. Quite a lot of back and forth between them. What I'm saying is that when it comes down to a steel cage match, that's the sort of thing that you need between both superstars in that fucking confinement. The back and forth, that's all you need. The suplex from the top of the steel cage where Drew McIntyre was standing on the top rope, that was superb. I thought that was brilliant. Just overall in general, I think that whole entire match was great, and hopefully now this will be the end of that feud. Because to be honest with you, it's gone on for a little bit longer than I wanted it to. In terms of how it ended, as Reza said, obviously he's going on some sort of leave now, so hopefully that's what it's going to do, and hopefully that's what will help with, and to no longer have that that feud carry on.
Very fair thoughts. Very fair thoughts.
Yeah, the way it ended with the concerto, is it called a concerto or something like that?
That's the one. Yeah.
That's way.
That,
yeah.
that
So
cool.
now obviously that's one of those ones where they could play it off as McIntyre is now injured from his neck and he can no longer compete for such amount of time. He's gone now. That's it. Overall, match was good. To be honest with you, I think it was for me. It was match of the night.
Yeah, I mean, I think going on from that, I think me too. To be honest, it's like nothing else really stood out. But yeah. Now finally, the main event was Jey Uso versus Logan Paul for the World Heavyweight title. Yeah, I mean, I think the match went the way I thought it would, as in like Jey Uso winning and also retaining the title. Yeah, I mean, like the actual match itself, I mean, it was fine. Nothing really crazy happened. I mean, I think we can all agree that Jey is a really cool, like his character and like, you know, the Yi is like all cool and stuff, but his moveset isn't like really that expensive. It's just like super kicks and, you know, I can't really think of anything else to be honest. Like, but I think his character is more than anything why he's champion. I mean, as always, I don't like Logan personally, but like as a wrestler and how athletic he is, that's always cool to see in the ring. Cena interfering, that like his interference made sense. Obviously, after that little backstage segment that that Cena and Jey had, obviously with the comment that he made. It now, if I get this wrong, correct me, but I think Cena said like he's gonna retire as a world. He will retire as a champion, and then a YouTuber will take his title. It's gonna, yeah. He made a comment about that. And then obviously Cody coming out. They make the save. That was like a perfect moment to pop the crowd, and that now sets up obviously the tag match for Money in the Bank. Jey and Cody versus Cena and Logan. What do you think of this direction? Are we hyped for the tag match, or does it? I mean, I think it makes sense.
Hell no.
It doesn't make sense. Okay, yeah, go on. Why does it make sense?
I just think it's pointless. I really think it's pointless. Like how the sorry, I was about to swear that I'm not going to swear. How the hell are you going to have a major pay-per-view not have your two major champions not defend their title?
Okay, you said that and it doesn't make sense. I mean, as in like that not happening doesn't make, yeah. I mean, okay, go on.
Oh, it's one of those ones. So now I think something's going to happen at that pay-per-view. I reckon that there's going to be a cash-in for that Money in the Bank briefcase. And I reckon it's going to be on Jey Uso Because I
Ooh.
could see either Solo Sikoa winning or Jacob Fatu. If Jacob
Yeah.
Fatu obviously advances on Friday.
Mm,
Yeah,
very good point.
I
Yeah.
obviously I'm a bit annoyed that the major titles ain't being defended, but they're probably setting that up for a in the bank cash in more than likely. I have
Yeah.
seen
I
a
mean, I
help,
think after you said that, yeah, that makes sense.
or maybe a Cody heel turn.
You never know. You never know. Rizzo, Steven, either one of you chime in with your thoughts. Hello, Rizzo, Stepping. Okay, Rizzo,
Okay.
go. Yeah.
Yeah. Again, match was okay. Logan and Jey. It's kind of weird because looking at this event, we know it was like, what was it, 5 matches, and all the matches were predictable the way it was gonna go in a way.
Yeah.
Like going from like the start to finish, all the matches were predictable. Because I didn't. I mean, maybe the R-Truth Cena match. A lot of people were saying the R-Truth could have won because it was a non-title match. But anyway, all the matches were predictable. We knew Jey was gonna retain this. Obviously, with you, Darwood, what you just said about the part where I love the part where Cena said to him, "Oh, imagine if I take the title in December, and then you lose to Logan." Oh, well, I didn't call him Logan, but losing to a YouTuber. That what a way to win wrestling. I'm like, wow, that's quite good. But yeah, I mean, look, it's now set up. Obviously, as we know what happened at the end with Cody and Jey versus Cena and Logan. I mean, in all fairness, it kind of works and doesn't work. The reason why I say that is because obviously we all know that when we heard it on the rumors that it was supposed to be obviously Cena teaming up with Travis to take on Cody and Cena and Travis was supposed to team up at Money in the Bank, but obviously with the reaction that they got at WrestleMania, well, Travis got at WrestleMania, I'm glad they didn't go that direction. Only time will tell, but yeah, I mean, it's kind of saying what Mullen just said with no titles being the 2 main world titles not being defended at the PLE could mean that we might have a cash-in, which is predictable to happen. I can't see Cody just turning heel just yet. I think it's a bit too early for him. I mean, I could be proven wrong, but in all, I think this tag team match is going to be better than what we were supposed to have. Prior to, I think WWE had to change it because I think they knew the reaction that they got from Travis Scott, which, in all fairness, I'm glad they did. But yeah, we'll see what happens in 2 weeks' time.
Yeah. Steppings. Your thoughts?
So yeah, I mean the match is what it is. It was like a 10-minute match, something like that. So not really much to comment, but I guess the main talking point is what happened at the end with John Cena. So I mean, listen, okay. So with this whole Money in the Bank thing, right? I think I agree with what Stephen Mullen said. I think someone's definitely going to be cashing in on Jey Uso at Money in the Bank. I think it's going to be Seth Rollins. That's me personally. Early prediction. Wait, no, is he in it? Who's in the Money in the Bank? Who's in it?
I can double check, but
You've got Solo
yeah.
Sikoa and you got LA
Yeah,
Knight.
obviously you've got the triple threat coming up on Friday.
Yeah. So at this moment of time,
then-
sorry to interrupt, it's Solo Sikoa and LA Knight confirmed as the main 2.
Yeah.
Oh, there's no one else.
Um,
Okay, see, I think Seth Rollins, or at least someone. Well, no, maybe not Von Vick. I think Seth Rollins is going to win the Money in the Bank, and I think he's going to cash in on Jey Uso. And then I think Roman Reigns will be coming back to help his cousin get the championship back in the family.
that makes sense. I guess next. Okay, I know. Wait, so when you see Money in the Banks on what? Which is it next week?
2 weeks
Or
time.
a week
2
after?
weeks.
Okay, 2 weeks. Okay, so how do you think it's building up? Like, I mean, so I mean, obviously we only have 3 matches confirmed, but like,
I'll give my thought process first. Right. So
Sure.
I probably this could go 2 ways with the men's match. Either what Steven Steppins just said, Seth Rollins to win, and I've got this crazy feeling with, for some miraculous reason.
You guys hear me or?
oh yeah,
Yeah.
now I can hear you.
Maybe Jacob Fatu will win, but I don't know. Things are very unpredictable in Money in the Bank matches. We've known in the past where we thought the favorite person was supposed to win and they didn't. Only time will tell with that. Obviously with Cody and Jey and Cena and Logan, I can probably see Cody and Jey winning, and then the mysterious person comes out to cash in on Jey. And the woman's one,
Yeah, I mean, so far
that's anyone's ball game.
so like for the women's match, basically is at the moment we have Alexa Bliss, Roxanne Perez, Julia, Rhea Ripley, and then a spot will be determined between Jade Cargill, Naomi, and Nia Jax. I mean, obviously, I think it is a bit early to tell, but I think both matches will be, well, I think typically they've been good matches, so we'll see. Yeah. So I think we'll. Okay, just before we get to our closing thoughts, I think Steppings said it about the ad breaks. Like, I don't know what I swear it's one of those things where I think I count. Well, you see on my YouTube app, it tells me like when they have breaks, and it was like I counted like 10 breaks, and that during a 2-hour event. It's like, what the fuck? It was like, yeah, I think the actual
Language.
content. Oh, my bad. The actual content was like an hour or so of actual like stuff we can watch. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, it is what it is, really, because obviously they have it over in Peacock in the US, I think. Yeah, I guess you guys have your own thoughts about that, and I'm guessing you find it just as annoying.
Yeah. I didn't watch it live,
Yeah.
so it didn't really bother me.
That's
I skipped.
I just catched it on YouTube, and yeah, I'm like, when I was on the phone earlier, and I'm just quickly navigating myself through just to get all the thingies. It's like 98% ad, 2% wrestling. The way I saw it.
Yeah, seems like it. So I guess we'll give our closing thoughts on the event. Sound good?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So I'll start off. I thought it was. I thought it was fine. It wasn't like completely terrible. I don't know about you guys, but the matches felt like they were pretty quick, and it made sense considering how quick or how long the event was. We had some like cool moments, like the return of Bronson Reed, Cody and Jey, that kind of stuff. Like I said before, no, not every match was a classic, but I don't think it kind of needs to be. It's like obviously with Saturday night's main event, it's like kind of in between of or the is it in between event that is from the kind of PLEs and stuff. Yeah, I think I said before that Priest versus Drew was standout. It was brutal, athletic, satisfying overall. And again, I'll make that comment about Jesse Ventura. I thought that was still funny. And I mean, I think for me, it gave me enough to be excited for what's coming. I think for what's coming at the next PLE, which is Money in the Bank. And I'm interested to see how like the Rollins, Breaker, Reed faction evolves. And yeah, I'll give it a solid Kayfabe rating. And just a reminder for our listeners, a Kayfabe rating means it's good, and an Nayfabe rating means it's bad. And yeah, I'll throw it out to you guys. Just what are your thoughts overall?
Yeah, I'll give it a kayfabe. I think it was actually quite decent for what it was. You know, you don't take these too seriously. You know, I don't think there's ever going to be an event where a championship changes hands or anything like that. You know, so yeah, it was okay, enjoyable, passes the time. I think there's another one coming up again, isn't it? Not too far. I don't know, but
In July, maybe.
yeah. Before we, what
Then.
about Worlds Collide? We'll go quick few thoughts on Worlds
Oh,
Collide.
yeah.
Yeah, yeah. I think that's. I think.
I
Listen,
think
I
it's
know they've
cool.
only just started announcing the matches, but I listen. In the last episode, I declared my love for El Grande Americano. And
Oh,
I feel
yes.
it's absolutely disgraceful that once again he has been screwed over because Chad Gable has got a match before El Grande Americano. But I guarantee,
Exactly.
remember I said this, El Grande Americano will help Chad Gable win that match. Some people might think that's impossible, but I'm telling you it's going to happen. So yeah, that's my prediction right there.
Fair enough. I mean, speaking of Worlds Collide, yeah, the two matches that are confirmed. There is a 6-man tag match and a singles match of Chad Gable versus El Hijo del Vikingo, how you pronounce his name. Then the tag match is like L- L- Legado del Fantasma versus El Hijo. I don't know these guys. There's a guy called Psycho Clown. I don't know about these guys in AAA. But yeah, that's us coming up. Riza, your thoughts on the event?
I'll give it
So that-
a kayfabe. Yeah, it was a good
Yeah.
event. As I said, it's obviously because we've had, what was it? 2 weeks ago? Maybe not even 2 weeks ago. We had Backlash. Obviously, since most of the matches were predictable, we know this. We had some good spots in some matches. Obviously, with Bronson Reed returning, and then we had the Drew McIntyre Damian Priest steel cage match to culminate their feud. We had John Cena in the back talking to Jey Uso about saying how he's going to win wrestling if a YouTuber wins the title. To then obviously R-Truth coming out dressed as Ron Cena. Yeah, I mean it was a good event. And now it leads to, obviously, as we know, what's going to lead up to obviously going to Money in the Bank. But yeah, overall, I'll give it a kayfabe.
And cool. Lastly, you got Mullen.
Yeah, I'll give it a kayfabe as well. To be honest, I wasn't expecting much from this pay-per-view anyway. So yeah, there was some memorable moments and some bits and pieces that will obviously now unfold in the coming weeks on Raw and SmackDown regarding a few superstars. So yeah, overall, as I said, decent pay-per-view. Wasn't the best, wasn't the worst. But yeah, I'm excited to see what storylines are going to start to evolve now. So yeah, I'm pretty excited for it.
Cool. Has anyone else got any thoughts on Worlds Collide or anything else wrestling related, or are we all good?
Worlds Collide, I'm kind of excited for because obviously I do like the style of Lucha Libre and stuff like that. So I'm excited to see how they go with it. Hopefully they can unleash some true potential from some of the superstars, and hopefully we do get to see some flippy stuff, as they call it. But yeah, I'm excited. But I just want to see what other matches they're going to put on there now. I'd be kind of gutted if they didn't put Rey Mysterio in there at some point.
Yeah, I mean he's on the poster.
He's on the front cover. Yeah, he'll be on it.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, also we're gonna get obviously Joe Hendry's going to be the Nemeth brothers. Will be there, and yeah, should be a fun event. Yeah, I think can we safely say that we have said all of our thoughts? Yes.
Yeah, I've said what I had to say.
Yep.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because yeah, okay. So on that note, we shall sign off. I've been Darwood. At this point, someone else can say the name. Okay,
Oh,
Steven. It's fine.
I didn't realise
Okay,
we did it like
right.
that.
Okay, let's try again. Okay, I've been Darwood.
I've been Steven.
I've been Stephen.
And I've been Rizza.
And this was Kayfabe or
Ali G
Nayfabe.
entered the chat.
Oh my days. Okay, signing off. Kayfabe or Nayfabe. Where we call it straight. Okay, we'll see you next week.
It's the wood in the driver's seat, breaking it down with passion and heat. Breeze up brings the vibes, the style so fly. Watch out, he'll catch you with a hot take high. Mullins in the mix, that's Steven's game. Always spitting truth, never playing the same. And Steps got the facts, got the belt, got the flow. That's Steven on the mic, ready to blow. Kayfabe or Nayfabe, you decide the score. Hot takes, debates, we're giving you more. Kayfabe or Nayfabe, the stories unfold. Darwood, Riser, Mullen Steps, we're bold. Kayfabe or Nayfabe, you decide the score. Hot takes, debates, we're giving you more. Kayfabe or Nayfabe, the stories unfold. Darwood, Riser, Mullen Steps, we're bold.